Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast. We're back for UFC Vegas 63. I'm with my co-host Loaf. We're giving you the early picks, bet and breakdown. But first, UFC 280 recap. For me, Peter Yan was my lock, and I got robbed by the judges on that one. My underdog, TJ Dillashaw. His shoulder was dislocated, and it was dislocated prior. Never told anybody. So, not happy about that weekend. I'm doing my research this weekend. Loaf, anything to add?
Yeah, Peter Yan's one of my favorite fighters, so to see him lose by that kind of decision is obviously a piss off for sure. Yeah, I don't know if the judges just didn't look at the octagon at all, or...
Didn't see what I seen, I guess.
Well, yeah, like everybody knew Peter Yan deserved that fight. Pretty well, everybody. Like,
yeah, 6 takedowns, control time.
You know, for my lock of the week, Gamrot, I obviously went a little too hard on Gamrot. I did not think Beneil was that good.
Yeah, I went hard on Gamrot, too.
I thought Gamrot had a little more cardio in him, too, but he just couldn't get it done. It wasn't his night, so... But that's all right. I still definitely got Gamrot in the future, no matter what. But
well, first fight of the night, Chase Hooper, Steve Garcia. These lines are wide here. 270 for Garcia, 145. And this card's up and down with wide lines. We're looking to catch the good end of it. And I like the underdog in this first bout, Steve Garcia. I think he has more experience, stronger hands. His last loss, that guy's a very talented fighter from China. And, yeah, just the experience factor. Chase Hooper's loss to Steve Garcia there, not great. A late knockout finish to Philip Corrales, that was pretty good. He's picking it up, but, yeah, Steve Garcia with that experience, you know what I mean? 12-5. It's not that great, but I think it's enough to get it done against a 23-year-old in Chase Hooper, who hasn't looked great against Steve Peterson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Steve Garcia, I think, is going to have a little more strength being 30 years old than Chase Hooper, who's 23. I feel like I feel like Steve Garcia will pull it off. I think even on ESPN, his stats are fairly better than Chase Hooper. So I'm going to go with Steve Garcia to lock this one up by decision.
He has 9 knockouts and 3 decisions. I don't know if he's going to get that knockout or not.
I think they'll go to decision.
Yeah.
I see decision.
Yeah, I can see a decision in this one. Hooper has the finishing ability with 4 knockouts and 5 submissions. Look out for that too, as he's a favorite if you're looking to catch anything there. But I really like the underdog on this one to win. Next up, Joseph Holmes, Jun Park. Jun Park comes in at a 140 favorite. Joseph Holmes, 275. Love who we got here.
I got to go with 2 underdogs in a row. I got to go with Holmes.
That's risky.
Yeah, it's risky for sure. But, hey, the first 3 were favorites there last weekend. They can't always be favorites on the first few fights. But I got to go with Holmes. He's got a 100% finish rate. He has a 7-inch reach advantage, which is insane. A 6-inch height advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, Jun Park, I feel like his gas tank is not really a whole lot strong. His hands are strong. I just feel like his gas tank isn't there. I feel like if Joseph Holmes is able to go a few rounds of him, tire Jun Park out, I feel like he'll be able to get that sub. He's got 6 submission wins out of 8. Jun Park lost twice by sub. I got to go with the sub for Joseph Holmes.
Yeah, looking on Young Park's resume, I really like that. His losses are very credible, and I just believe he can get this one done by decision. I'm going to have to stick with my favorite on that one. Loaf, next up, who we got?
I had Andrei Arlovski at first. I mean, I feel like I got to switch it up. I mean, he's 43 years old. That's really old.
And that would be 3 underdogs in a row, 240.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's a thing, right? I can't go 3 in a row. But,
jeez.
And his last one, even against Collier, Collier won that fight, I think.
Yeah, I thought he won that one too.
Yeah, so I mean, I got Marcos Rogerio de Lima. I think he should get the KO. He's got 14 out of 19 are knockouts. So I mean, if he catches Arlovski, I think Arlovski's going to be put out here. So yeah, I'm going to go Marcos Rogerio de Lima by KO TKO.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with this one. I think Marcos Rodrigo de Lima catches him as well. This is a fight that Arlovski gets chin checked and drops. We've seen him chin checked in the past, and yeah, this is the one. This guy has too much power. He hasn't really seen the power in the last couple opponents, and he's about to see it.
Look how thick he is, Marcus.
Very thick.
Like, just a thick guy, man. Like,
he has the finishing ability here. His last fight, it was a loss. I think he bounces back. Next up, Phil Hawes, 153. Romandeliz, 240. I'm kind of leaning Roman right now for my early picks. But Phil Hawes, he is a good favorite. I see his resume, and very impressive. His only loss recently was Chris Curtis, where his chin looked kind of iffy. Romandeliz, that knockout win against Kyle Dawkins. He has power, so is it enough to put it at a guy like Phil Hawes, or is Phil Hawes going to be on point? I don't really know. I'm going to have to look more into this one, but I'm kind of rooting for Romandeliz in this one, the Georgian fighter. He's a world champion as well. Add to that, so 240. I'm going to grab that one, Romandeliz.
See, I got to go with Phil Hawes. I've watched every single one of Phil Hawes' fights in the UFC. And, I mean, I think his power's on a new level. I think he just like people get caught sometimes. I feel like Chris Curtis just was the one to catch him. Chris Curtis is good. He's a contender. Just fought Jack Hermanson. He lost, but Jack Hermanson's no joke. So yeah. I got to go with Phil Hawes. I think Phil Hawes is in crazy good cardio, crazy good shape. I got to go with him to TKO Romandeliz.
Yeah, that could have been a little hiccup there for Phil Hawes. His record is very impressive.
Bet Nazardine Mayoff.
8 knockouts.
Bet KO Jacob Malkoun.
Maybe he gets the knockout. I think
he does. I think he does. I think he locks it up.
He locks it in for the knockout, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Way better shape than Roman, too.
Well, I'm going to potentially switch my pick here to Phil Hawes. 6 knockouts, 2 submissions. If Romandeliz wants to test that power with Phil Hawes, that's probably not a good idea. I do believe that could have been a hiccup against Chris Curtis, so let's go with the favorite.
It's a close one for sure. I just think Phil Hawes is...
I just don't like how the lines are so wide up and down this card. 240 Delize, you almost want to grab that.
And I think Daniel Cormier even said Phil Hawes is probably one of the most strongest punchers he's ever seen. Well, I mean, the guy throws hands, man.
Remember, I was going to go with Delize, but for the quick picks, let's go with Phil Hawes. Next up, Dustin Jacoby, 153. Khalil Roundtree, 240. Khalil got 2 knockouts in his last fight, but I don't think he's going to be able to knock out a guy like Dustin Jacoby here, Loaf.
No, I can't see it. I mean,
no.
Dustin Jacoby looking really good. I think he won. Did he win his last 4?
Yeah, he won his last 4.
I think he won his last 4, 2 decision, 2 knockouts.
Yeah.
And Khalil Roundtree, I just don't think is there. I mean, he is all right. Sometimes he does pull off those KOs, but
Probably
not against Jacoby.
No,
I can't see it. But I don't think it's going to be a knockout like people think. I think Dustin Jacoby's going to take it by decision over Roundtree.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a decision.
I have Jacoby for sure, but I believe the knockout's there if Khalil wants to stand on the feet with him. It's definitely there.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I just feel like so many people expect it to be a knockout. It's going to be one of those fights that you're like, when's it going to happen? And then it's a decision. Yeah. I just feel like Jacoby decision.
Yeah, Jacoby, 153.
He mixes in the
like
takedowns too a lot. So, I mean, if he takes down Roundtree, controls him on the ground for a while.
He could mix it up here just to get the win because he doesn't want to get hit either with the power of Roundtree. So, I like Loaf's pick. Jacoby decision. That's a very good pick. Next up, Josh Frem, 153 as well against Trey Gore, 240. 3-2 record with Gore. That's not very good, man. Cody Brundage got him out of there in the first round. While Josh Frem's going to a decision with a guy like Anthony Hernandez, this is a clear win for Josh Frem for me. His resume proves it. He has a little bit of reach, 4-inch height advantage.
Trey Sean's going to be struggling to tag him with that height.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to tag him. But he has the power.
Josh Frem, I'd say as well. I'd say he locks it up by submission, honestly. I think this is going to be a finish fight.
Yeah, he has some submissions on the record.
I feel like Gore's going to start, swinging a little wild on the feet. I feel like Josh Frem's not going to want to risk it. He's going to want to take him to the ground where Trey Gore doesn't really know. And I feel like Josh Frem locks in a submission against Trey Gore.
Yeah, Frem has 3 submissions, 4 by knockout. He has the finishing ability here against a guy like Gore. Gore lost a battle as well. So he's getting finished. Gore's getting finished. And, this probably could be it for Gore.
Yeah. I think he's just one of those guys, that people think he's unreal before he hits the UFC.
Yeah.
And then when he hits the UFC, he struggles.
He didn't even win the Ultimate Fighter and they gave him a contract. He's lost every fight, so I can't, he shouldn't even be here either.
No, 3-2 record should not be in the UFC.
And another record that shouldn't be in the UFC is 12-9. Jared Vanderaa, 250, against a 7-0 Waldo Cortez Acosta. Acosta's my lock of the week here. 7-0, Dominican Republic. 4 knockouts. I think he gets it done by knockout early here.
Yeah, this Acosta looks like a mean dude. Has 4 knockouts, like Ryan said. I think he's an easy favorite for me. Vanderaa is just out of his prime, and he's lost quite a few of his last fights. So I got to go with Acosta to get it done by KO, TKO. Probably pretty early. I'd say round 1, maybe if not early round 2.
Yeah, they should cut Van Dare off the UFC roster, honestly, man. Like, he lost his last 4. 3 of them were finishes. Like, hang him up, buddy. 7-0, he's going to tear your head off. Knockout, this is going to be your...
Look at the shape difference.
Oh, yeah.
Van Dare looks like he's been drinking beer for about a month and straight.
Yeah, like, this is it for Jared Van Dare. Hang him up. Next up, Loaf introduced this one. We've been talking about this fight for quite a bit.
Yeah.
We like the underdog.
Next
Another
up,
wide line.
We got Tim Means, and then we got Max Griffin. Max Griffin coming in as the favorite, $1.53, $2.40 for Tim Means. And I got to go with Tim Means. I mean, I was on Tim Means since I saw the fight. His only 2 losses in the last little while have been to Kevin Holland and Daniel Rodriguez, who are two, those guys are finishers, Rodriguez and Holland. So, and I mean, Max Griffin lost to Neil Magny, has a couple other, losses that I just can't see him get it done against Tim Means.
He does have 9 knockouts, but...
Over 45 fights for Tim Means. I think the experience is going to come into play.
Yeah.
And I think Tim Means is probably going to get it done by decision.
Yeah, the 9 knockouts won't be enough for Max Griffin. 2 submissions, 7 decisions, but... Yeah, Tim Means, he's a really good underdog. He's
Tim
definitely
Means,
my
yeah.
pick too, man. 19 knockouts for him, 5 submissions, 8 decisions. A lot more experience, like Loaf said. 9 versus 19 knockouts. Obviously, Tim Means has more finishing ability in this fight, but I don't believe it will be a finish. Likely goes to a decision. 2 old guys. Could be a boring fight, in my opinion. I'm not really sure. I haven't really seen much of these 2 guys yet.
I don't think this will be a boring fight for sure. I think it'll be a good fight.
You think it'll be toe and toe?
I wouldn't say necessarily toe and toe, but I'd say that they're definitely going to be throwing. These guys always throw, especially Max Griffin.
Yeah.
Max Griffin always goes in with heat. And like I said, I think Tim Means is just going to be able to fend off the Wolves for a couple rounds and pull up those strikes on Max Griffin. So, yeah, I think Tim Means' decision is a really good underdog.
Main event, Calvin Kattar, Arnold Allen. Finally, a good fight here. Something to get excited about. 23-6 for Calvin Kattar. Big win over Gigi Kaze. A fighter that, I thought I was go pretty high in the ranks here, but he
should have lost. He should have won his last one against Josh Emmett.
Yeah. He
had more strikes, you know what I mean? He did a lot better, I'd say. He stuffed all 4 takedowns from Josh Emmett. 0-4 for Josh Emmett.
So Kattar's really no joke. And Gigi Kaze was a big win for him. A little bit bigger of a win than Josh Emmett, but he kind of slaughtered Josh Emmett in my opinion too, but it was a close fight. Like, I can't believe how the judges scored that one either. Arnold Allen's going to be a tough put out here though.
Yeah, I agree. I was back and forth on this one. Arnold Allen is really good. But, that's the thing. When it comes to just caliber of people, I think Arnold Allen, in my opinion, Dan Hooker is really, the only,
kind of good caliber? Yeah.
No, he still fought some good people before
Yeah.
Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker was the one that was, he was in a contender. Calvin Kattar is number fucking 3 in the world for his weight?
He's fought a lot of good guys.
I mean, he went to decision with Max Holloway.
He's very active.
People are
active guys.
There's no way he's getting finished if Max Holloway and all these guys can't finish Kattar. There's no way he's getting put out.
No.
And I think in 5 rounds, if it is a decision, he's just going to stack punches on Arnold Allen. And even if it's not, I think he's going to get a TKO ref stoppage from Calvin Kattar. I think Calvin Kattar gets it done by probably KO TKO if it's 5 rounds.
Let's kick it off. Locks of the week. I'm going to lock in Waldo, Cortez, Acosta, likely by the knockout.
I'm going to lock in Dustin, Jacoby. If I have to pick probably a decision, but a lock definitely for any kind of way, Dustin, Jacoby. Just to win, he's a lock for sure. You can go KO or decision, but Jacoby for the lock for me.
And my dog of the week, he's barking down there. I'm going to go with Steve Garcia. Likely by the decision there. Going to be the more experienced, little bit better of a point fighter than Chase Hooper. He's going to be more calculated, ready to go here. He definitely has experience in the bag, ready to go, and show the young kid what he's about. 30 years old and in his prime. So my underdog of the week, Loaf. Who you got?
My underdog of the week is going to be Tim Means, I'd say. I'm trying. I kind of want to be ballsy and jump on Joseph Holmes for the underdog of the week.
Yeah, he's a good underdog.
But I got to stick with Tim Means. I think the experience. I mean, he's only lost to Daniel Rodriguez and Kevin Holland in the last little while. So I got to give it to Tim Means by decision for the big underdog of the week. But, I mean, if you're looking for another underdog, I really do think Joseph Holmes might pull that one out. And 3 full parlay. I got Dustin, Jacoby, Waldo, Acosta, and Hawes for my 3 full parlay. For my long shot, you can put Waldo for KO, TKO over Vandera. Jacoby, I'm going to take just to win. He could get that KO or decision. I'm going to go Tim Means decision, Steve Garcia decision, and I'm going to go Hawes for the KO, TKO. And if you really want to risk it, go Joseph Holmes by submission.
All right, for my 3-leg, I'm going pretty well the same thing. Dustin, Jacoby, Waldo, Cortez, Acosta, but I'm going to add in Josh Fremd. $100 pays out $352. Might be looking to do that this weekend. I think all 3 of them hit. Hawes could hit as well, but we're going to do a lot more research. We're going to post another video later, post-weigh-in face-off show there, so tune in for that. Anything to add, Loaf?
No, like I said,
to these fights?
Other than, congrats to Islam, definitely, for 280. I mean,
I don't even want to talk about people. That was very upsetting.
People definitely
very, very
doubted
upsetting.
Islam with Oliveira, but I mean, I had him since day one. For him to pull it off in 2nd round against Oliveira, I mean, crazy. So, yeah, Makhachev, obviously look out for that guy betting in the future. I mean, you can put your house on that guy, I'd say. But other than that, yeah, congrats to him.
Yeah. Alex Volkanovski, Islam, that's a fight to look out for in the future for sure.
And you know who I'm riding.
Definitely going to be riding on Makhachev on that one. No doubt about that. That's it for the UFC forecast. Like the like button. Suplex to subscribe. We appreciate that support. Tune in for the post face-off weigh-in show. Let's go.
Did you say like the like button?